When our children tell us who they are, it is our job as grown-ups to listen and to believe them.
You told me you were a fire truck, and now you're just gonna stand there and do nothing?
Perfect analogy to sum up that bullshit that woman just said. You know, I always used to ask myself the question, why are most of these children nowadays, the kids that are coming up, they have no idea what rules and regulations are. They think they can just go out into the streets and do anything that they want without any consequences. They literally have no bearings or any idea as to how the real world works and what reality actually is. And this right here, I'm not surprised, because this is what most of these parents, especially these left-leaning parents and these progressive parents, are teaching their children. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but listen, man, when I was a child, whatever my mom or my dad was able to provide and put on the table, whatever my mom cooked, that was what we were eating, right? Whatever my dad could buy and what money could afford, that's what we were eating. There was no choice. Yes, we can put in our little requests here and there, KFC, Burger King, Island Grill, whatever it was. Great. But if my mom says, yo, we got food at home, you're eating the food at home. If she says you're going to wear this type of clothes to school and, you're going to wear this type of shoes to school, that's what you're going to wear to school. But, most of these parents raising these children nowadays, they just conform to whatever ideologies that their kids are believing. And one of the beautiful things about children is that, they have these great imaginations. They think, not necessarily outside the box, but they think they can be 15 professions all at once. I remember when I was a child, I wanted to be a doctor, a pilot, everything under the sun, right? But then as life went on, you have to be realistic and see, my life isn't aligned that way. So therefore, maybe that's not something that I should be striving to be. I should actually be a little bit more realistic with myself. And I say all that to say this, right? Yes, you can listen to your children, right? But the whole premise and reason why there is a parent-child relationship is that whenever your kid says something dumb and stupid, like, oh, because it is dumb, stupid, and, quite frankly, a mental illness, nothing against people with mental illnesses, but we need to address it that it is a mental illness. If you think you can transition from a boy to a girl or from a girl to a boy, your job as a parent is to tell that child that, no, you're a boy, you have a wee-wee, you're a boy, you cannot have children, you cannot get pregnant. Your job as a parent is to tell your daughter that you can absolutely get pregnant, you don't want to be having unprotected sex, you can never ever be a boy, and that's just the way that it is. But for some odd reason, these progressives think that they're just listening to their kids tell them, oh yeah, I want to be a boy, I want to be a girl. No, your job as a parent is to correct your child and have them understand the correct worldview and reality.